Hello, welcome to Movement Inc. Yoga. Thank you so much for joining us to uplift in body and mind. I'm Rebecca and today's practice will be a deep stretch for release. You don't need anything in particular, but you may like a blanket or a block to support your practice. Come to your mat and let's get started. Finding a comfortable seat to begin. Take these next few breaths to settle, center, ground and arrive. Arrive for your practice. Taking a nice deep in-breath through the nose. Sigh the breath out through the mouth. 2 or 3 more times at your own pace. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, sigh the breath out. With your next in-breath, reach the arms out to the side and high above you. Feel that length welcomed through the entire side seam of your body. Soften the inner shoulder as you feel a lift and reach a length through the outer shoulder. Energize into your fingertips, lengthen your spine, draw your navel in and up. With your next exhale, feel your seat connect down into the earth. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms to face up and really reach the palms to the ceiling, keeping the inner shoulder soft, the outer shoulder lifted and reaching. Feel the breath. Keep your head and neck neutral, gaze steady, drishti. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel this stretch perhaps across the shoulder girdle, into the hands, the wrists. With your next in-breath, grow a little longer. And as you exhale, take a stretch over to the right. Let your left seat get heavy. Spiral open the top side of the rib cage. Firm your palms and reach away as you lengthen the whole left side of your torso. Breathing light and space into the rib cage. Inhaling, come back through center, grow long. As you exhale, take it over to the left. Let your right seat get heavy. Reach your palms away in the opposite direction. Draw open the top side of the rib cage and breathe space and light into the whole right side of the body. As you inhale, come back up. As you exhale, release the hands, but take the palms and the arms wide out to the side, flexing through the wrists as if you're trying to firm either side of the wall away. You might notice that in your hands, your wrists, and then just start to circle. Go one way and then the other. Again, keep the shoulders long, the spine long even, the shoulders soft. Draw the navel in and up. I know what I mean, as long as I know what I mean. Circle your wrists, your hands, they're just joking the other way. And now start to flick your fingers as if you're trying to flick water from your hands. Flick it as far as you can. You might start to feel that heat, that little burn across the upper back, maybe even into the arms. Spine long, core working to support this, navel in and up. Shoulders soft. Take your arms up above you. Keep flicking the water to the ceiling, building the heat straight from the start. You might notice that kind of intense feeling in the forearms, the wrists. That's okay. Stick with it if you can. If it feels too much, your practice, your choice. Ease back. Listen to what your body is telling you. Bring your arms forward to shoulder height now. Try and keep an activation and engagement in the arms as you continue to flick the water off. So paying some love and attention to the hands, the wrists, the arms, the forearms. Lots of weight bearing in this practice, so it's nice to just give them some love. Take it out to the side, nearly there. Open the chest, keep a full breath. You've got this. Circle the wrists, reach up. Exhale, sigh, a sigh of relief as you bring the hands to prayer at the heart center. Firm the palms, broaden the chest. Elevate your heart space. Reach your elbows high. Feel the breath. Let your eyes gently close or have that steady, soft gaze. Good. Circle the wrists, shake it out, let that go. Come right away onto all fours, tabletop position, and have the joints stacking. The shoulders above the wrists, the knees underneath the hips. Spread your fingers wide and firm the floor away. Navel to spine, activate your core. Lengthen from crown to tail. Broaden the chest, elevate your heart space. Although tabletop is a very foundational posture, it's really nice to get your alignment and your activation just really in your body from the start. So we're paying attention to this all the way through. Tuck your toes, lift your tail, lift your chest. Inhaling. Exhaling, round through the spine. Draw the chin to the chest. Dome the upper back as you firm the floor away. Take a few more rounds of cat-cow. Mobilizing the spine, starting to utilize the movement and breath connection. So feel your breath as guide. Let your breath be easy and freely flowing, nothing forceful. And as we start to move and breathe, turning our attention inwards, just notice without judgment how you're feeling in your energy, in your physical body. Maybe notice where you're feeling that store of tension, any stagnation. And we'll really use today's practice to release this. We'll work quite deeply into the body, using this as an opportunity to release the build-up of physical tension we so often carry around with us, that we store in our bodies, but also perhaps even more importantly as an energetic and mental declutter. Take one more cycle of cat-cow. Come back to a neutral tabletop position and just for a moment take child's pose, your preferred expression. Toes touch, knees wide, melt the heart space forward, arms reaching. The center of your forehead, gently rest on the floor as you lower your seat towards your heels, taking a gentle sway in the hips left to right. Reach your arms forwards and come onto your fingertips. Broaden and open across the chest as you firm the floor away through your fingertips. You might like to bring this movement a little into the torso now. Breathing in, come back onto all fours, tabletop position. Find that stacking of the joints. Feel that engagement of your core. Take the right leg behind you. Reach out through the right heel. Keep your arms, your core active. You might like to pulse the heel back and forth a little as you work a stretch into the lower leg, the calf. As you inhale, lift the right leg. Work to stabilize from your strength center. Keep your arms working. Try not to slump into the shoulders. Feel that protraction in the shoulder blades. Cross your right leg over your left thigh to the diagonal. Ball of the foot touches down. Reach through the right heel. Notice where you feel the work of this stretch. Staying here, so there's always options. Stay as you are, or the opportunity to add on. If you wish to add on, arc to the side. If it feels reasonable for your neck, gaze towards your back foot as you continue to extend and reach through the right heel. Breathe fully, freely into this stretch. As you inhale, come back through center, stabilize, work the core. Touch down, take that to the other side. Left leg extends behind you. Keep your arms strong, protract the shoulder blades. Find that little pulse. Work into the lower left leg. Do what you need to do to really get into that deep stretch sensation. Releasing tension and tightness that's built up from day-to-day life, your other activities, hobbies, off the mat. Lift the left leg, energize here, work your core, reach the heel away. Cross the left leg over the right thigh, touch the ball of the foot down and reach through the left heel. Again, option to add on by arcing to the side and gazing back towards the left heel. Reach the heel back. Breathe into this stretch, filling the posture with your breath, with your attention. Lift the left leg, stabilize the core, get strong, firm the floor away through the arms and touch down. Tuck the toes under, transfer the weight into the hands a little as you lift your seat up and back, finding downward facing dog, but firstly open your stance. Take your arms forward, your feet back. You're open, expansive, long in the side and back body here. Let your head and neck release as you start to pedal through the feet. Again, notice the rich sensations, maybe through the feet, the lower leg. Breathe here. Breathe fully, breathe freely. You can even sigh the breath out the mouth. Turn your heels to the left, swivel your toes to the right. Firm the floor away. Inhale, center. Turn your heels to the right, your toes to the left. Firm the floor away. Inhale, center. Take your feet to just about hip width. Keep working the arms strong, broaden the chest, spinning the armpits towards the midline, head, neck releasing. Bend your knees quite deeply. Lift your seat higher as you exhale, lower down through the center point of both heels. Broaden across the top of the pelvis into the outer leg. Get as long, spacious, expansive as you can in your dog. Inhaling, coming forwards, options. Touch the knees down for tabletop. That will be a little kinder to the hands, the wrists. Or if you're happy to wait there, the option is always plank. Shoulders stacking, legs, arms, core working. 3 breaths here. Let's start to stoke the fire, building the heat as we start to go deeper into the body. 2 more breaths, core engage, reach out through the heels. As you exhale, take it back to dog or child's pose. You can always pedal it out. Inhaling, plank or tabletop, your choice, your practice. What do you need right now? Get long, get strong, fill the posture with your breath. 2 more breaths. As you exhale, take it back, dog. Step the toes to touch. Reach your right leg high. Feel the stacking of the right hip on top of the left, so that opening sensation in the right hip. Keep firming the floor away through the hands. Keep your chest forwards. You might like to bend your right leg. Knee lifting, heel to opposite glute, really working into the right hip. You can circle your ankle, wiggle your toes, bring the thigh back to face the floor as you touch the leg down. Come back to a more usual hip width expression of dog. 1 breath here, exhale through the mouth. Step the big toes to touch. Now the left leg reaches high. Keep firming the floor away through both arms. Keep the right side of your torso long. Feel the stacking of the left hip on top of the right, bending the knee, heel to opposite glute. Think of your left knee as the pinnacle of your posture. Open up into the left side. Exhaling, bring the thigh back to face the floor as you touch the leg back down to dog. Inhaling, plank or tabletop, 3 breaths. You can always switch it up between the 2. Core strong. Gaze steady, breath free. Touch the knees gently down. Release the tops of the feet. Let's take this transition to the floor super slow. Hug your elbows in, so we're really considering all that's going on here. Keep your chest broad, your core engaged. As you hug your elbows in, your heart space remains elevated, smoothly lowering down to the floor. Lengthen your right leg and lower. Lift and lengthen left leg and lower. Feel spacious in the lower back area. Draw the heel of your hands back. Firm the floor through your palms as if you're hugging the mat back towards you. Draw back, roll the shoulders down and back, firming the shoulder blades into the back body. Elevate your chest, your heart space. 2 more breaths. Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhaling, release. Toes tuck. Firm the floor away. Reverse push up to plank or tabletop. Exhaling, dog or child. You can switch up dog with child's pose as and when you need to. Inhaling, reach the right leg high. Keep your hips level this time so the thigh is spinning down to the floor. The inner thigh hugs towards the midline. As you exhale, round the spine to make space for the step through. Foot between hands, lower the back knee. We're in a low lunge here. Framing the front foot with your hands. This is where you might like a blanket for your back knee if that would be more comfortable. Knee above ankle, see the toes. And shift back. Come onto the heel of your front foot. Lengthen your spine. Have your fingertips, your wrists underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes back towards you as you hinge from your hips. Bowing into Ardha Hanumanasana, but rather than get low, think of lengthening forwards with the front of your spine. Keep your heart space lifted. Exhale, shift forwards, reframe your foot and let your pelvis get heavy, sinking down to the floor. I like to come onto my fingertips here, firm my shoulder blades into my back body, elevate my chest, glide your thigh, your back thigh forwards as your pelvis descends. Exhale, take it back. Ardha Hanumanasana, lengthen the spine. This time you might like to fold a little deeper over the leg. Curl your little toe back towards your outer shin. Inhale, come forwards. Lift the heart space. Exhale, release. Working into the back leg hip flexors, maybe the quad. Where do you feel the work of this stretch? Breathe there. Release there. Take it back. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits, lengthen and fold. Flexing the foot. As you inhale, come forwards. This time, frame your foot with your hands, but touch your left hand lightly down as you open into an easy twist. Right arm reaching, firm the floor away through your right foot very actively. Firm the floor away through your left hand and reach, energize into your right hand. Broaden the chest. Open up here. Option to keep your leg down or energize this posture a little more by lifting the back leg. So we're not hanging out in the left wrist, we're really firming and working the legs. As you exhale, touch down, stepping back to plank or tabletop. Take the flow, chaturanga if it's in your practice, to up dog if you feel warm enough. Broaden the chest, firm the shoulder blades into the back body. Rolling over the toes, draw back through the navel and come to dog. Find the breath. Releasing as you need. And the release of the breath really sends that signal into the body, the mind to just let go. Open up. Release. As you inhale, lift the left leg. Keep the thigh facing the floor, hug the inner thigh to the midline. As you exhale, round the spine and lightly step the foot through. Take the low lunge. Have your back knee slightly forward of center. I think that can feel more comfortable. Shift back. Same sequence, second side. Inhale, lengthen. Hands under shoulders. Exhale, hinge. First one, stay quite elevated, quite lifted. So lengthen the front of the spine forwards. As you exhale, draw down, but keep your heart space rising. Curl your toes back towards you. Hello, hamstrings. Shifting forwards, take that low lunge. Inhale, lift your heart space. Firm the shoulder blades into the back body. Let your pelvis get heavy. Glide the back thigh, exhaling. Sweet, sweet breath. Take it back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Maybe go a little deeper this time, but still keep in mind that your front spine lengthens forwards and you're hinging from your hips. You might even want to turn your heels side to side, sway your hips a little. Inhale, come forwards. Lift your chest. Firm the shoulders back. Pelvis heavy. Exhale, draw back, lengthen and fold. Inhale, come forwards, touch the right hand down. Shoulder above wrist, open up, come into the twist. Nice and easy, nothing too intense. Option to power up the legs. Core active, inner thighs hugging if this is the option you've chosen. Really energize into the top hand, broaden and lift the chest. Exhale, touch down, plank or tabletop. Vinyasa, optional. Child's pose, always there. We come to meet in down dog. Knees soft, seat high. Exhale, heels heavy. Bend the knees, look forwards. Walk, step or jump your feet to your hands, landing light. As you inhale, take that half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, fingers to the shin, spine lengthening. As you exhale, soften your knees, use your block, whatever you need to do, so your hands touch down. Drapes your torso over your thighs, let your head get heavy. Hand to opposite elbow, ragdoll. Take a gentle sway side to side. Head drawing down, elbows descending. Breath releasing. As you fold deeply, feel that massage of the belly, aiding digestion and all the processes that these organs take care of for us. Come back to center, bend the knees, navel to spine as you slowly uncurl the spine. Finishing in an upright standing position. Let your head and neck be the last thing to stack and come to find Tadasana at the top of your mat. Feet hip width apart, palms forward, chest broad, heart space rising. Breathing in, reach the arms high. Interlace the fingers, upturn the palms, lengthen. Reach over to the right side. Take your left hips to the left as you breathe space through the left side of the torso. Inhaling, exhaling, right hips or right hip even to the right, reaching over to the left, spin open the top side of the rib cage, breathe space into the intercostal muscles, the space between the ribs. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer, gaze up to the thumbs if that's reasonable for your neck. Anchor down your tail, lift and shine your hip points. As you exhale, bend your knees, hinge and fold. Uttanasana, deep fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, plank or tabletop, straight to dog or take your flow, controlled, not rushing through, keeping that beautiful integrated strength. Down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhaling, make space for the step through. Spin the back toes to about a 45-degree angle. Have your front leg as wide as your front hip. Inhale, reach high. Coming into warrior one, stack your shoulders above your hips. Deeply bend the front knee, gliding the inner thigh forwards, firming the outer back foot and thigh down. Try and activate your left glute. Lift out of your waist. Inhale. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest. You can even stick out the tongue, lion's breath. Inhale, take that one more time. Let's do lion's breath. Exhale. Release. Inhale, come up. Bring your arms out in front of you. Keep your legs strong. Cross your left arm on top of your right, bending at the elbows. Top of hand to top of hand or palm to palm if that's available. Keep the legs active, lunge a little deeper. As you hug your forearms and firm your palms together, lift your elbows high to shoulder height, then draw them away from you. Steady your gaze to your forearms, lunge a little deeper. You can inhale, taking a back bend here if that feels like something that's good in your body. Come back to center, undo the arms, reach them high, cactus. Inhale, exhale, low lunge, frame the front foot, step to plank. Bring your left hand forward of center and your wrist forward of your shoulder. Spinning onto the outer edge of your left foot, lift the underside of your hips from the floor, hug your inner thighs. You can have your right foot stacking or to the floor for a little more support. Lift this whole underside. Reach your right arm high. Try and not stick your glutes out, but keep them aligned with this length of your body, and then reach the right arm to the front of your mat. You can keep your right leg on top of your left, or you might like to come into tree or extend that leg high. If you wobble out, don't worry. It's all play, it's all fun, it's all the practice. Whatever variation you take, however creative you choose to get, come back through center plank, nice and strong. If you have it in you, take the flow. Downward facing dog. Come back here. Recalibrate the breath. Left leg reaches high. Exhale, step the foot through, spin the back toes. Rising high, warrior one. Find the foundation of your legs. Inner thigh glides forward in the front leg, outer back thigh and foot firms down in the back leg. Lift out of the waist, long in the side seam. Exhale. Inhale, this time stick the tongue out. Lion's breath, release anything, stagnation, stale air, get the energy moving. Inhale, good. Exhale, this time right arm crosses on the elbow, Garudasana arms, find your variation, lift, draw away. Lunge a little deeper, lift out of the waist, maybe arcing back. Feel that across the shoulder girdle, the upper back. Come back through center. Undo the arms and cactus. Inhale. Frame the front foot. I always like to bring my foot back to the midline because I'm quite wide in my stances to have a sturdy base. Step back to plank. Right arm forward of center. Have your wrist forward of your shoulder. Roll on to the outer edge of your right foot. Top foot down or stacking. Now lift, hip, side of torso, contract here, work your obliques, navel to spine, scoop the glutes under, hug the inner thighs, reach the top arm high, extend to the front of the mat. Maybe you're creative with your leg, tree, arm or leg even lifts, whatever you want to do. 2 more breaths, you've got this. Woo. Come back through center, straight to dog. All flow, moving, breathing, breathing, moving. Downward facing dog. Here's where we meet. Step the big toes to touch. Right leg reaches, stacking, opening the hip. Keep the left side of the torso long. Make space around the spine, step the foot through, rising into warrior two. Deep lunge in the front leg. Shoulders above wrists and lift out of the waist. Straighten the leg, reach the arms high. Exhale, flex the hands firm, the walls away, and re-lengthen. Bring your hand to your forearm or your forearm to your thigh or hand to the floor, side angle. Spin the underside of the rib cage up. Reach long here. Steady your gaze. Firm your upper outer arm to your inner thigh. That will draw open the top side of your rib cage. 2 more breaths, really strong. If you have a binding practice, turn your palm up. You can find half bind hand to opposite hip, or make the full bind, draw down with the bottom hand, open the top side of the torso. Never force a bind. Come back through center, warrior two. Straighten the legs, shorten your stance if you like to, hand to hip, lengthen spine forwards, hand to inner leg, trikonasana, firm against the inner leg. Scoop the flesh of the left glute under, reach high, fill the posture with your breath, maybe reach that arm forwards, hug the inner thighs. Inhale, come back up. Warrior two, and reverse. Center with the inhale, straighten the legs, turn the toes out, goddess squat, bend the knees. Remember, try not to sink back, draw down, open the inner thighs, work the legs as much as you can. Lift the inner arches and reach your top arm, or reach your arms high. Your top arms, your arms, reach them to the top. Sink a little lower. Find some flow, some sway, some ease here. Go a little deeper. And this is where that nice flow can help you to not focus too much on really the hard, the strong work that's going on in the legs. Exhaling, hands to prayer. One more breath. Ooh, straighten the legs. Come to warrior two, straight on the other side. So left knee bends. Find that lovely deep lunge. Reach the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Flex the wrists, firm the walls away. And steady your gaze out beyond your middle finger. Come straight to side angle. Your expression. Forearm to thigh, hand to floor or block. Use that lower arm to firm against your inner thigh. Draw the underside of your rib cage through. Spiral open the top side. Breathe here, 2 more breaths. Half bind or full bind as an option. If it's in your practice, use your bottom hand to draw the top hand down. Spiral open. Come back up. Straighten the legs. Shorten your stance if you need to. Lengthen. Stay where you are, right hip. Hand to leg. Scoop the flesh of the glutes under. Reach up. Broaden the chest. Firm your hand against your inner leg so you're lifting and opening. Reach that arm high. Breathe space here. Inhale. Exhale. Reverse. Come back to warrior two, legs straighten. Goddess, here we are, get low. You can have some movement, some flow, some sway. Arms reach. Get lower, but lift the arms to the top, reach them high. Exhale, hands to prayer. Firm the palms, lift the chest. Hands to the inner thigh. Right hand firms against right thigh, twist to the left. Inhale, twist to the right. One more time each side. Inhale, exhale. Inhaling, exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Get a little lower. Straighten the legs. Come back to warrior two just for a moment. Take the low lunge straight to plank, down dog or flow. We meet eventually in downward facing dog. Take 3 easy breaths here. Use this as an opportunity to recalibrate the breath. Let go of anything you're holding on to, so maybe even big sighs of the breath out. Softening the jaw, the head, the neck. Good. Bend the knees, looking forward, step, walk or jump feet to hands. As you inhale, Ardha, feel your back body firm, your spine long, your core engage. Exhaling, soften and fold, Uttanasana. As you inhale, reach up, rise up, grow long. Exhaling, hands to prayer. Step your feet slightly wider than hip width. We're coming into a really wide expression of Utkatasana, chair. So legs wide, sit back with your seat, your weights focused into your heels. Bring your hands to your hips, draw back through your hips, sending your glutes towards the back. Think of having your underside of your thighs parallel to the floor. Keep your knees tracking above your ankles, facing in the same direction as your toes. Sit a little lower. Scoot your tail under and reach your arms high. Shine your heart space through. Draw down a little deeper. Hug your inner thighs together. As you exhale, hug your outer thighs together. Stay as you are, or option to hinge and bow forward so that you're hinging at your hips and your torso is parallel to the floor. Keep drawing your thighs, your hips back. As you inhale, come back to chair. And re-lengthen, cactus your arms, elevate your chest, arc back. As you inhale, grow long. Let's take that again. Sit back into a wide-legged chair. Weight focused in the heels, you could wiggle your toes. Really work the glutes, the thighs. Lift your chest, scoot your tail under, reach out, or hinge and fold. Firm the floor away through your feet. Keep your thighs parallel to the floor. Keep your chest broad and lifted. As you inhale, come back to chest, straighten the legs, cactus. Exhaling, feet hip width, reach the arms high, let's flow. As you exhale, fold, release that. Inhale, grow long. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step to plank, flow. Miss it, skip it. Do what you need. Down dog is where we meet. Bend the knees, look forwards, and we're going to land in Malasana if you can. So if you're able to, jump and land in Malasana. So you can take that again if you like, step back to plank and then down dog. And as you jump into Malasana, lift your hands. If your heels are lifting, place a blanket or block under your heels because we really want that connection of your whole foot to the floor or a prop to support in order that we get that release in the lower back. If you are higher up in your Malasana like this, perfect. Please don't let the knees settle in. Check that they're facing the same direction as your toes. So take a little moment or two here to find your expression of Malasana. Knees facing the toes, firming the palms, elevating the chest. Exhaling, let your seat descend, but then in contrast to that, feel your heart space rising. Let your eyes softly close and get a sense of that downward flow of energy, of breath, grounding you, centering you, allowing you to come inwards even more with your focus to your most inner sanctum, your sacred inner space, that place of deep calm and peace. And take these next few breaths to really allow yourself that feeling of deep release, the downward centering flow of your energy, that apana vayu. Focus your attention to a deep, full exhale. Spine long, heart space lifted. Snuggle your right shoulder into your right knee. Bring your right arm forward on the diagonal and peel your left arm up and back. Make sure your knees don't sickle in here. Follow with your gaze. Come back to center and take the twist on the other side. Left hand forward, right arm reaches up and back. Exhale, come back to center. Touch the hands down, lift your seat slowly. Heel toe the feet back to face forward with your feet hip width. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. As you exhale, take a nice deep fold. Hold this for 3 breaths. The choice is yours. You can bind around your ankles, your calves, go a little deeper. You may like the sway, the ragdoll. Whatever you choose, feel this as a sense of deep release, a softening. Next in-breath, grow long, Ardha. Exhale, knees bend, hands plant, plank, flow, down dog. Exhale. As you inhale, reach the right leg high, spinning the toes down, internally rotate the thighs. That means your hips still face forward. Round the spine, make space, step through. Take a low lunge. Have your knee forward of center, the back knee that is. Have your front knee above your ankle. As you inhale, lift your heart space, come onto fingertips. You might like a block here. As you exhale, let your pelvis descend, get heavy. You can have your hands touch down if that's available. You may like to take now your right foot as wide or slightly wider than your right hip so both hands can be under your shoulders. As you exhale, pelvis descends, but don't let that right knee open out to the side yet. Keep integrating to center. Hug your right inner knee to your outer upper arm. If you want to, you can lift the back leg, power up here. Try not to hang out too much in the wrist so your legs are strong if the back leg is lifted. Just rock forwards and back. Keep the front knee hugging to the upper outer arm. But you might just have your knee down the whole time. Choose the option that feels most beneficial to your body, to your energy, at this precise moment in time. Give yourself that. If you've lifted the back leg, lower it down gently. Now take the front foot, the right foot, and heel toe it out to the side so it goes a little wider, and you'll notice that your toes are turning out to the side, facing the same direction as your knee. You can stay here, or using your right hand firm against your right inner thigh and take a twist. You can even come onto the outer edge of that right foot. Lift your chest and lengthen your spine. Staying here, or there is an option to bring that right foot back to the floor, because I think you can feel this more in the back leg quad if you do, but always play with it, see what works. Bend the back leg. Reach back with your opposite arm, so right arm to left outer foot, and hug that heel towards the glute. Spiral open, lift the chest, maybe even arc back. Any pain in the knee, desist. There's no such thing as a knee stretch that I'm aware of. And breathe into this. So go as far as you need to. There's always the stopping off points. You can always come back to an earlier variation. Take 2 more full breaths here. Come back to center, release that. Heel toe the foot back, so you're framing the front foot with both hands. Now power up the legs, so much so that you are hands free. Bend the back knee as you rise, hello front leg, into a crescent lunge, then straighten the back leg, lunge a little deeper. Grow long through the side seam. As you exhale, take a low lunge, step to plank, and come to dog. 3 to 4 breaths. If the flow is calling you between the sides, now is your time. As you inhale, take the left leg high. Step the foot through, come into that low lunge. Make sure your back knee's comfortable. Get low to begin, fingertips, heart space lifts. So let your pelvis be heavy, release into that. Heel toe that foot a little wider so both wrists are under the shoulders. Lunge a little deeper, but keep hugging your left knee towards your upper outer arm. Integrate to center. Heart space lifted, back thigh gliding forwards. Option to lift the back leg. Rocking forwards and back, still integrating to center, still strong in the arms. Or the back knee can stay down the whole time. See which one feels right, feels good, feels best. Lower the back knee. Heel toe the left foot out to the side, turn the toes to face the same direction as the knee. You can bring this right hand forward a little if that would better support you. Come into this outer edge of foot firm against the thigh, twist, rotate. Breathe into the stretch, staying here or coming back to an earlier point, or we know what's next. Same thing, other side. Lengthen spine, lift chest, maybe even arc back. You can have your outer edge of your front foot or firm that foot against the floor. Play with the two. See the subtle differences between just those little variations. A few more deep breaths. Get what you need from the stretch. Feel that sense of deep release into the places and spaces we store and hold tension. With your exhale, release and let go. Undo, come back through center, frame the front foot with the hands, come onto both legs, keep the back knee bent as you rise up strong. My front leg's wobbling because we've been working it a lot. Crescent, exhale, lower, plank. This will be your opportunity for a final flow, should you wish to take it. Now is the time. Downward facing dog. Step the big toes to touch. We're coming down to the floor now. Reach that right leg high. Stack open the hip, preparing the open hip position for a variation of pigeon. If you know pigeon does not serve you, please take a reclined figure 4 or a seated cross-legged position with the right leg in front if you wish to also take the twist. If you're coming into pigeon, draw that knee through. Take a moment with the setup always. Check your back thigh is rolling down. Your leg is aligning with your hip. Your hips are facing forwards. And then bring your shin to as much parallel in regards to the front of the mat as you can. Keep this foot flexed. If your front thigh is really lifting, block or blanket, but again, reclined figure 4 or seated cross leg is the alternative option. Get long. Hinging, come onto your forearms. So you might like a block here also. Lengthen your spine, elevate your heart space, or you can even be on hands here. We're not getting particularly low. Bring your left forearm to the mat to support you and lift up and out of this. Bring your right hand out wide of your mat, aligned with your knee, and revolve into a twist. Try not to let the right glute or thigh lift. Lengthen the spine, lift the chest. Draw back through your front shin, keep that foot flexed. Where do you feel the work of this deep stretch? Settle into this. Soften into this through your breath. Come back through center. Rising with the in-breath, lean over to the right, slowly bring that left leg forwards, crossing, and take it back to downward facing dog. If you are seated when you take pigeon, if your variation is a cross-legged and you'd like to twist, you're going to always bring your opposite hand to your thigh as you come into your twist. So coming to your variation, pigeon, reclined figure four, or comfy cross-legged, this time with the left leg forwards. Find your expression, find your alignment, whichever option you choose, get long. Roll the back thigh down, flex the left foot, and then draw back through the shin. Inhale, exhale, hinge. Come to fingertips or forearm. Right forearm down, firm the floor away. Left hand wide out to the side, align with the knee and rotate. Roll the back thigh down, get heavy in the left outer hip. If you're seated and you're taking a twist, it will be right hand to left outer thigh. Lengthen the spine, lift the chest. Breathe into the stretch. Fill the posture with all your breath. Allow your attention to pool, to settle here. Be in this space here. Come back to center. Reach over to the side, bring the leg around and in front, and take it to dog. As you inhale, come forwards, lower the knees, 2 to 3 breaths in child's. Find that sway side to side. Let the breath go. Let your seat get heavy to your heels, soften your shoulders, relax your jaw. As you inhale, slowly come up, bring the knees and hands to tabletop. Then bring the legs around and in front of you, finding a comfortable seat. Cross the right leg in front. Shins crossing, feet flexed. As you inhale, grow long. Exhale, hinge, lengthen forwards. Keep your feet flexed. Walk your arms forwards. Rest your forehead to a block, a blanket, your forearm or spuds. Grow long, inhale, exhale, fold. Firm your weight back into your seat. As you inhale, come up and simply change the cross of your legs. Inhale, exhale, walk forwards. Inhale, lengthen, feet flex, draw back. Exhale, fold. Support the head and neck as you need. Firm the floor away and focus your weight into your seat. Inhaling, slowly come back up. Bring the feet out in front of you. Take the feet slightly wider than hip width. Drop the knees to the left. Inhale, center, drop the knees to the right. Dynamic deer, or keep the knees together for seagrass. Nice to work the legs in this way after quite a lot of external rotation in the hips. Release that, let that go. Come to center, roll onto your side and lay down. Take the next couple of breaths to feel the connection of your whole back body into the mat, the floor beneath you, supported, held. Keep your knees bent, the soles of your feet to the ceiling. With your exhale, really let go. Release where you can. Release what you can. All that no longer serves you. Moving away. Making space for all that you open up to, all that you welcome in, all that you offer, all that you are. Make space for this. Find this in your innermost sanctum, that deep well of calm, of peace, of clarity seated within you, this luminous power and strength. Let that emanate out around you and into the wider world. Tilt your pelvis up and then down. Tilting the pelvis, just a flush for the pelvis. It's not leaving the floor, just can feel quite nourishing for the pelvis. Tilt and tuck, tilt and tuck. Bring the pelvis back to a neutral position. Bring the knees to touch. Depending on the space you have around you, you might like to cactus the arms or take them out to a wide T. Scoot your hips to the left and let your knees drop down to the right. Take a supine twist. You can sweep the left leg to meet the right hand, or use the right hand to just firm against the top leg. Think of lengthening that thigh bone away from you and firm the opposite shoulder down. Free and open in the chest. Feel the breath. Eyes now gently close, connecting to staying in that luminous, vibrant inner space. Feel the free flow of your energy, your breath. Come back to center. Realign the hips, scooch them now to the right, let the knees drop to the left. Finding your expression, your favorite twist to close. Opposite shoulder firms down. Breath filling the posture. Focus inwards, centered, peaceful, free. Inhaling, come back in, hips level, keep your knees hip width, hug your shins, your thighs back to your belly, gently stretch the lower back. Now bring the knees together and circle one way and then go the other. I like to close with happy baby. If you have any other movements that welcome a sense of closure, comfort to the end of your practice, please do take them now. Maybe reclined saddle, soles of the feet together, knees wide, heels draw in and up. Exhaling, let the body release. Take an open shape for Shavasana. Draw your chin a little to your chest. Make sure you're warm, you're cozy. As you inhale, feel that sense of length welcoming through the midline of your body, a light filling you. As you exhale, releasing what you can, where you can, how you can. Allow your breath now to be easy, freely flowing. Softening your toes, your ankles, your legs are heavy. Your fingers uncurled, your body is easy. The whole back body supported and held. Allowing yourself this time to let the deep work of the physical practice settle into every cell, every part of your body, emanating out into your energy, rising into your mind's eye, that feeling of spaciousness, openness, felt physically, pouring into the mind as space, peace, freedom and ease. 3 more deep, easy breaths. And let movement slowly start to find its way back. Toes, fingers, feet, hands. Rolling over to the right side or another side if that doesn't work. Slowly come back up to find a comfortable seat. Sit tall, sit well, spine long. Exhale out the mouth. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. Sense this replenishment in your energy, this inner space and freedom. Thank you for sharing your beautiful, strong practice. Well done.